For years in British Columbia, the response to the mountain pine beetle outbreak was really hampered by a simplistic understanding of the mountain pine beetle outbreak. And the debate, because of BC's right-wing and then left-wing governments and politics, focused time and again in the public forum on why didn't we log Tweedsmuir Park. Well, that's not how the pine beetle was spreading. That was a center of outbreak, but so was it outbreaking lots of other places. And so just by having this debate, which is very sensitive in BC, log parks or not log parks, it made the dialogue all about an issue that really had nothing to do with the pine beetle and wasn't going to help the pine beetle outbreak.
The provincial government has been slow to put money in. It has been uneven in terms of its commitment from year to year. The only real game plan that this government seems to have is to log as much of that attack forest as quickly as possible and get it replanted. But there's huge questions about what's going to remain on the landscape after this outbreak finishes. The logging companies are not going to log anywhere near maybe a quarter of all of the attack trees. There's going to be big questions about how beetle attack lands are going to be rehabilitated. In some cases, and in many cases, they won't need rehabilitation at all, but they're going to have to be left alone for a long period of time before they naturally reestablish. But there's room for the province to move. The province hasn't moved anywhere near enough. I think at the very least they should be making a commitment of about $1 billion over 10 years to address this problem, and we're not seeing any indication that they're prepared to put that kind of money into addressing the problem. Troubling question that you raise is the question about the province's legal obligations. Prior to the Liberals coming to power in their first mandate in 2001, there was a legal responsibility on the part of the Ministry of Forests to come up with reforestation plans in areas of forests that had been either attacked by insects or burned by fire. This government removed its legal responsibility to do so. So there is a huge outstanding question about what is going to happen, I think, over a considerable area of this land base after the companies have logged all of the timber that they can that is suitable to log, and the rest of the standing dead pine trees are unsuitable for commercial purposes. Whose responsibility is it to look after those lands? What we've seen over the course of the last several years has actually been a steady ratcheting down in the amount of money that's being spent on reforestation, particularly by the province. So at the same time that the line has been going up on the amount of forest that's been attacked by the beetle, the amount of public investments in reforestation have been going in exactly the opposite direction. And the implications of that are, I think, quite significant for the problem that we're facing right now.